Welcome to One Insight. My name is Rich Litvin. I grew up in London and I now live in LA. And this is a podcast for extraordinary top performers. You see, I've coached some of the most successful and talented people on the planet. I see what most people cannot see, and I dare to say what most people wouldn't dare to say. And what I know about success is that on the other side of it, it can actually be lonely. You can feel like more of an imposter the more successful you become. And when you're the most interesting person in the room, you're actually in the wrong room. I coach around insight. Life looks one way, something happens, the world looks different, and your entire world changes. It can happen in an instant. And this podcast is called One Insight because a single insight can change everything.
Hello, my name's Rich Litvin, and this is a series called Provocative Questions. You see, the job of an extraordinary coach is to provoke their clients. The word provoke, or being provocative, has a negative connotation in this day and age. It means to annoy and to irritate. But if you trace the word back to its derivation from the Latin, to provoke means to draw forth. And that's the job of an extraordinary coach, to draw forth their clients, to draw out their genius, to draw out their leadership. So I love asking provocative questions. Here's one of my favorites. What would you do if you had no fear? What would you do if you had no fear? Go on, pause for a moment and check in. What would you do if you had no fear? Or there's a question behind that which will lead you to that one, which is, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? You see, I have a belief that your fears are a mask for your desires. Your fears are a mask for your desires. What are you afraid of? I have a member of my team, and one of her jobs is to help me to do the things that I'm afraid of. So when I outlined that part of her job description, she just said, well, what are you afraid of, Rich? And I said, well, I used to do martial arts and haven't done it for about 15 years now, and I'd love to get back in. In fact, I'd love to do boxing. I've never boxed and I'm afraid of it. She said, great. And we had this great conversation about all the things I was afraid of, and she texted me the next morning and she said, I've booked your first ever boxing class for 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. And it's been a year now, and I now box. I'm not a professional, I'm not changing my career, but I did the thing that I was afraid to do. What are you afraid of?
For most of human history, it wasn't called coaching, it was called leadership. And it's what I love to do, to coach people, to lead people, and to mess with people's thinking. If you'd like more of this, or if you'd like to learn more about our community of extraordinary top performers, go to richlitvin.com/oneinsight.